Hello, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion, and today I'm going to show you my current project. I've been decorating some vintage silk balls, and I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully some of you will rescue some of these silk balls. I found these at my local thrift store, and I've had them for a couple of years, and I intended to do this, never had time, and decided to do it now. And I hope you'll be able to find some of these to decorate, and I'll show you a little bit of what I've been doing. And then after I kind of show it to you, I will be doing a quick little tutorial on them. Okay, these are the balls, and as you can see, one of the things that happens with these balls is this starts coming off. So this is a way to actually preserve these vintage balls and them not to keep on frame, because then you just want to throw them away after that happens. And most of the time I'm able to still use this one. Probably I'll just trim it off and make sure if there's any openings in the actual ball that I can actually cover it. So let me show. I think the pearl one is my favorite one. I think I prefer the gold colors to how my reds are coming out. So I'm still working on this, and as you can see, this one I used gold and pearls. And here's this one I wasn't too happy about, but I do carry this trim in my Etsy shop right now, and I have it in a variety of colors. I don't think I was happy with this part, but I'll, if I use that trim, then I will make some changes. I think the last time I used that trim, I actually filled up the whole ball with it by doubling over. I should have tutorials on that. And I love this one. This is also another way for you to use your trims. For example, this one is a flat gold lace right here that I have in my shop. Oh, man, that sure changed color. Okay, so this one right here, it is my next favorite. I like the pearl one and this one. And I'm using some vintage trim. This is like a decorator's trim, something, I think we also call it Chinese gimp. So Chinese gimp would look really pretty on there. And then down below, this is actually just a purchased little tassel, because I did see when I researched all the vintage pieces, a lot of times they had the tassels on the bottom, so I decided to attach tassels. Okay, and then over here are my red ones. This one I decided to do a combination of different ribbons, and there's that one. Again, I still haven't come up with the red that I really like. I think this one came out well. I put a lot more on this one. One of the things about the red is that red will, you'll be able to see the glue on the red. So I probably won't use this same trim here on the red, because it seemed like it seeped through. And I ended up saying, well, I'm going to put this on there because I saw some spots, of the glue sticking through. And this one is another trim I tried. This is I don't have this one in my shop, but I had been considering getting this one for my shop. It's a gold with stars. And I do have this, let me get this a little closer. This is just some gold beads. I have these flat back gold beads in my Etsy shop if you're looking for some flat back pearls. So these ones are the 6mm flat back pearls. And this white one is the, is it 3 or 4mm? I don't know if it's 3 or 4mm back, the smaller ones. Let's see. And most of this, I do not even have it in my Etsy shop. None of it really, I don't think, other than the flat back pearls and these pearls. I'm using my stash. So, but I do have some of these trims in my stash that I had considered putting in my shop. Like I might put this one in because I have several yards of this. And this gold one I had considered at one time, but I used that for my crafting needs. So next, I'm going to show you how I made it. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing before I go, because some of you will just go and take off with this. When I looked at the history, I learned that most of the time they use straight pins to attach the lace. I'm using hot glue, but you can definitely use straight pins because these are actually foam inside. So they're perfect for you to use, pretty straight pins in them. And they would look lovely, let's see, with the head like this, and then it'll go all the way into the ball. And it can hold the lace on for you. But I just didn't want to purchase the head pins, and I've just been using glue. And but I did want to share with you where I found these. I did Google it, and I did see that they have some on eBay right now. And most of the ones on eBay, I would say they probably are charging about $1 each. So they'll have a package of 12 for, $12 or something like that. So if you want vintage ones, you can find some on eBay. I did see that it's possible that there is a supplier. I did I found Walmart popped up with some of them. I'm not sure if it's straight from Walmart, but I think it's probably one of their suppliers that, you know, they go on their Walmart site and they try to sell on there. I think that's where it's from, probably from China. But these are actually vintage ones that I found a whole package, couple of packages from, and I always find these in the thrift stores. So I think that you might even have some in your stash, and this is a way to upcycle them so that you can preserve them and continue using them year round. These are probably going to go in my Etsy shop when I'm done, and I'll just put a set, probably, I was thinking of putting them 2 in a set, something like that. But that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. And next, if you hang on, you're going to see how I made them. Okay, here I am. We're going to go ahead and decorate these balls. I'm just going to show you how I do it. You can do it any way you want. I think I'm going to do the red one. I decided I liked the pearls a lot. So what I decided is to match up the pearls with this teeny tiny trim I carry. And I don't carry this in my shop. I have in my stash. Like I said, most of the trims we have, I carry them. I'm showing you. I actually just have them in my stash. And one of I'm not even measuring anything. All I'm doing is eyeballing these. And I'm using the tip here to the center here to eyeball it. But I've already learned that what I like to do is that usually the little thing here is kind of loose. And so I decided I was going to glue it down. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using hot glue. You can use fabric tack with this also. I just think these silk balls are so pretty. But like I said, they do come undone. And I end up covering the entire little thing. Let me see. Let me show you one. I ended up covering the whole thing. See, that's how I did it. You can do it any way you want. And so what happens is that when you are wrapping this, it could get bulky, but I actually like the shape that the little bit of bulk shows on the bottom, and it elongates it. That's up to you whether you want to take it apart and do half at a time and not, you know, do it any way you want. But I'm going to show you how I do it. So what I do is I first start by gluing this down to like the lid area. And this, I'm just using some hot glue, and I know I'm going to be covering this up, so I don't have to be as careful here. Although you got to be careful with red. Red is just, like I said, it shows a lot. So once I glue that top area, all I'm doing is going around and kind of eyeballing where my center is, right there. And then when I put glue on it, I'm just eyeballing it. That's all I'm doing. And so I did make sure that I started on like this is the flat part. You can start on the other edge if you want when you do yours. And I do that sometimes. And all I'm doing is, oops, excuse me. I'm just wrapping. So I'm just pulling some of it up because I haven't cut it off my thing yet. You could measure how much you need, but I haven't been. So do it gentle and remember. So what I'm doing is I'm holding this upward and then I'm looking to where my center is here. And I'm just eyeballing it to touch the center of the bottom. That's all I did. And they're coming out okay. You can measure if you want, because I actually saw on Pinterest that somebody was basically showing you how to measure a ball to cover it. And so I'm I'm eyeballing that center, and that's what I did. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same idea when I come this way. I kind of guesstimate, and then I don't do the whole thing at once, because then if you mess up or something like that, I put a little bit of glue here. Let's see if I can move a little forward. Not too much, because then it starts drying. And again, I'm eyeballing that way. And no, they're not exactly straight. So this is up to you if you want to measure it. You can put pins like on either end and use that to measure it. I don't do a lot of measuring with my stuff, even when I wrap them. At the end of this, I'll try to remember to show you the some of the other ornaments I'm working on. I'm working on a pink one and things like that. And I had decided when the trims were really thin like this that I could, I'm going to put only 4 on, like this one. I put 8, I think, on there. And this one I'm going to put 4 because I'm going to put pearls right here on this section. So I'm just going to measure about how long I need it. I'm going to cut it a little longer than I need it. Like I said, I only need 4. As you can see, that's 4 right there. So what I did was, when I did it with the thin trim, or, you know, lace, you can do this with it. I'm going to trim some of this off that's sticking out here. I'm just showing you what I did. I'm sure you can come up with your own way, giving you an idea to inspire you to create your own and to decorate your balls. You can actually do this to any ornament that you have. There's a lot of vintage ornaments. So what I did is I stuck it through this hole And I didn't always do this. Sometimes I would cut it and then just start over this way. Okay, but this one I am gonna, this time I'm gonna measure from the straight here. So I'm gonna put glue right here. Oops, and then I'm just gonna pull it over this way. Be careful with your glue. Okay, so you can see I'm just kind of measuring on there, and I'm measuring. I'm guessing the center here. You can kind of see the folds there to decide which is the center because you did cover it up. Okay, so I'm imagining that that is the center, this one right here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, you can use fabric tack, anything you want. I'm going to pull that burgundy off. I'm going to shoot just the same way, just shooting for that center. Okay. All right, I finished that part. Now I'm going to do the beads, and this is what I decided to do on the beads when I started doing the beads. Instead of starting from here, I'm actually going to look down here so that when they crisscross each other, they're kind of going across where the string is of the string there. So I'm going to put the string there, and I'm just going to glue those only two. Those two over. That way I'm going to start, so the next one that comes across is going to crisscross over where the bead is. It's just what I decided to do. You can just go right over without it. And then now when I'm eyeballing, I'm going to eyeball the center here and here. So about halfway. And for beads, usually I will use a combination of hot glue and fabric tack. But this will be up to you. Again, I'm estimating before I actually put it down what I think is the center, and I go that way, and then I put it down after I've already estimated it. And it will not be perfect. I know it will not be perfect. I'm not a perfect crafter. And so normally I would put a little bit, like I do about 3 or 4 with glue, and then maybe add some fabric tack. But this time I'm just going to use hot glue because that way you can see. And I usually, when I cut it, I do go over so that I can have something to hold on to. So right there, that's going to go all the way up to there. I'm going to cut that last one off. There we go. And let me see. I might glue that down if it comes up. I'm going to use my scissors to lift it up. There it goes. Okay. And like I said, with red, you got to be very careful with that glue. I always say that when I'm crafting with red because, as you can see, it gets on everything. It will stain it. The gold is much easier. It doesn't look like that. So now I'm going to go across the other way and glue this way. And then I will do the same thing over here. Then I'm going to show you how I did the top and how I attached the bottom. Forgot to tell you one more thing is when you're gluing the last bead on top, I do not glue the last one because I actually use this to hang my my little, what is it called, the tassel that I have. So I'm not going to put glue here in the center. I'm going to put it along the smaller beads right here, and I'm going to just glue one side. Oh gosh, that's a lot of glue. All right, so the glue, because I actually use the last bead down here to actually hang my fringe from. So that's why I'm not putting glue there. When I first did it, I had put glue. So now I know that when I do it and if I decide to I want to attach something on the bottom, that I want to leave something there for that purpose. Okay. Okay, now I did all of that. Now you can decide to add more or less, but I think I like it so far. And this is, like I said, you could go and do, more, but right now I'm going to leave it like that. And like you can basically find different trims, so I could add gold if I wanted there or not. I'm going to show you how I actually attached this because I know that's going to confuse some of you. I think most of the vintage ones were probably attached with pins, and for mine, this is a store-bought one. If you need gold, I do have a few gold. I could put them in my shop. I just haven't gotten around to it. I was going to place these in my shop, and I don't know how much they cost, but I would figure it out. What I did is I cut it like that off that, and then remember I told you here at the bottom not to put it in glue there. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a blunt a blunt needle. This is like one I use for crocheting, and I'm going to squeeze it under there and put it through. First I put it in, then I put it through the needle. There you go. It's a thick one, so I did use a thin crochet hook too, and that actually worked. So you can use whatever you have. Mine was just like the kind of crochet hook you would use for making doilies. So if you don't have them, I'm sure if you crochet, I'm sure you have these. And I'm going to pull this up towards the center there. I put it in the center. Then I'm going to take the other one and pull it through the opposite way. So again, I took the needle and I put it underneath where I want it to go. And when I did these ones, then I did it after the fact, I actually just used my hot glue to melt it. So if you put too much glue on there or something, then I'm sorry, I'm licking that because it is very a thin thread to get through there. It doesn't like going through. I'm sure you guys can do better than I can. I don't even have my glasses on. But my goal is to get it through here. And then now you can knot this silky thread. And if I knotted that because it's so silky, I would also put a dab of glue under here to keep it on. But that's pretty much how I do it. I'm not going to finish it up. I'm going to let you guys figure that out yourself. And I'll show you what I did up here. Now you can do whatever you want up here, especially those ladies who enjoy working with beads. You could put bead caps on there or whatever else you might have. But I'm going to just show you what I did. This is the lace I've been using. This is the lace here. I have this little bit of lace here. Again, this is one I don't have in my shop, but I have in my stash. And if you love it, just let me know and I'll put some in because I do have enough to put some in my shop. And all I was doing was counting. I figured out how many scallops that I've been using. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scallops. And then all I'm doing is I'm taking a needle and sewing through here, and then it ruffles up. I'm going to show you the ruffle. It's just all ruffled up. I ruffle it up like this with the needle and thread, and then I just place it around here. And I cut this one in half and I place it as the hanger. Oh, there you go. So I just ruffled it up. A thin little, you can do that with any one you have. And like I said, if you want some of this one, you have to let me know because I do have some I could probably put in my shop. But that's what I'm going to do here. I put that there. And then it ends up going all the way around here. I ruffle it up and it kind of doubled, really nice and cute ruffle. You can see. And then I attach a piece there. That's how I did it. And you can see it elongates it a little bit. So this one will be elongated. I'm going to finish this one, but that's really all I did. And I was just not showing you exactly how I did them because I don't have all the things, but I will quickly show you a couple of the other ornaments I've been working on. This is one I did last year, how to decorate with this one. And I love this one. I love the gold. And this is like an organza chiffon, organza type lace with a satin, thin satin. The kinds of satins I prefer using are the very inexpensive satins you would buy at Walmart. That's what I usually use on there, very inexpensive ones. I've been working with the pink lace. I made it 3 ways because I couldn't decide how I wanted this pink one to look. But I will probably do a tutorial on this one next because I have this beautiful lace right here. You can see it better on the white one. I have this beautiful lace where it has pink and it has all the beads already attached to it. And I wanted to see what would look best for these ornaments. Let me see. And so I tried it on white. And I do carry this trim in my shop. I'll probably do a tutorial on this one. And I put a lot of pink up on top this time. And I didn't have to even add those beads individually. They're all in the trim I have in my shop. Then I tried it with 2 different pink. This one is a satin that I actually, all of these, I melted the tops of them like I've showed you. I have tutorials where I've already showed you this stuff. But if you want to get this ahead of time, I have some of this trim still in my shop in pink. It's gorgeous. And I put it on top of pink. And here's the other one. I tried a different fabric. And I think I prefer this, working with this fabric, because this one is a thicker satin. These 2 satins are a little bit thicker. And I prefer working with this, so I'll probably do more like that. This is the one that I used. And then I also wrapped a cream one so I can experiment with these. These are not completely put together. But as you can see, this pink, if you like pink and cream, this will look pretty as pink and cream. I used it this way, but you can use it the other way too. So that's pretty. And oh, this is the one I already used. And then I was thinking of using this ribbon because this is one of my more inexpensive trims that you can probably use to decorate a ball like that. I was thinking of doing that, and then maybe put pearls along the top. So far, oh no, here's this one. I did experiment with this one, the same as that other big one. I didn't like the way this fabric is, so I do like it. So I will probably do it again with a different fabric. This fabric I think is too thick, but it does look very vintage. So this is another applique I carry in my shop. I think I have quite a bit of this right now. I restocked it because it does sell a lot. These gorgeous, it has dusty rose with this like nice vintage green color, and then gold. It's just so pretty. And then I have gold trims. So this one I don't carry in my shop, but I have other gold trims in my shop. There are just a lot that goes to my mind. Here's one more you might like. These are some of my other ideas. So this is another beautiful gold trim I have in my shop. I think I have limited quantities on this one, and I was thinking of using this with cream maybe, but it'll look perfect with gold and pink. You see that? It's like a heart trim. Then I had, let me see, I wanted to show you some of the other things I was thinking of. I was thinking of doing these type, but using some of my white applique over it maybe. Or here's one that fits better probably. There you go, something like that. Pink and then white as the counterpiece. I don't know. I haven't decided all the things I'm doing, but I'm trying to try not to overdo it. So this is another idea. This is the other pink flowers I carry in my Etsy shop. Oh, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I hope you are inspired to create your own projects. And I do have laces and trims in my Etsy shop. And I do have a place for you to share all these, all your projects that you are inspired to make. And I'm on Facebook, Crafty Devotion Boutique. Under Crafty Devotion Boutique, you can share any photos, or you can share photos sometimes under the comments on my Facebook page. And again, I will talk to you guys next time.